I can't even imagine like what it must be like to grow up in today's day and age.
It's got to
Not
be.
even knowing the world without cell phones, not even knowing the world without the internet. Don't even know the world like that. Can't even imagine it. Those are the
I,
people who say, how did you find your friends without cell phones? What's up, baby? We back. Welcome to another episode of Rated G with Gabby G. Garcia and Brian Licata. We're here again. Your host, Gabby G. Garcia and Brian Licata, my brother in misinformation. It's so good to see you, dog.
how are you? Salud.
Salute to you, man. I got my
cool.
chalice today, man.
Nice, very nice, very nice. I like the chalice. It's one of my favorite glasses of yours.
Yeah, man. It's one of my favorites. It is my favorite. Well, no, I can't say that. I got some good glasses. The one you gave me is dope. I rated G. You know, I don't know. I love it. Keep them coming.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. How you feeling, man?
Good.
You look like you're feeling good. Can you see how I'm feeling? Can you tell by looking at me how I'm feeling right now?
Yeah, I gotta say your right eye is looking a little more shut than the left.
Oh, dude. It always is, actually. It always is. I do photo shoots and they're always like, could you open up that eye?
Yeah. I actually I think I have the same problem. I don't know what is that? What's the deal? Are we deformed?
Aren't we all in some sort of way? I had a very shitty morning.
Oh no.
I'm exhausted. My plan was to sleep until it was time to do this.
Okay.
Instead, I got woken up at 11 o'clock by the evangelical fucking church that decides to throw their church right outside, cross street from my house. They probably got like 6 people. You know, 6 people, but they got enough speakers to put on a fucking, Guns N' Roses concert. It's mad loud. And they woke me up at 11 o'clock in the fucking morning, screaming and yelling. I gotta say to all these evangelical, and I was brought up in the evangelical culture when I came to the Lord and I got saved, what they call getting saved. You're doing it wrong. You're going about it all wrong. I love Jesus, and if you got me thinking, why won't these people shut the fuck up? If you got me who loves Jesus sitting there going, shut the fuck up, right? You got me upset. You got me wanting to go out there and strangle you. And I love Jesus. What makes you think you're going to bring anybody over to your side? What makes you think you're going to convert anybody through annoying them? I don't think that's the right move.
Can I ask you a follow-up question, my brother in Christ?
Go ahead, man. I'm like so lit, dude. They went from 11. They just stopped. It's fucking.
Now, just let me ask you this: what time did you go to sleep last night?
Now, does that matter?
Yeah, because I feel like you would like Christ maybe a little more at 3 p.m.
I'm sure it wouldn't have bothered me as much. I'm sure it would have. But here's the thing: people working nights, especially out here. This is Atlantic City. The casinos stay open all fucking night, which means that you got people working all fucking night. I got 2 people in my building that work for the casinos. So our nights are your days. Now you're going to come at 11 o'clock on a Sunday. It's 11 o'clock. Start fucking screaming and yelling.
Hold on a second. What were they doing? Was it like a service or were the people on the corner?
Dude. It's a service in that little park across the street. It's like that little block.
That's what it was. I got you.
Yeah. And here's the thing, man. It's like they're just screaming and yelling. There's one lady screaming. She's talking in English and Spanish, so I only understand half of what she's saying. You're doing it outside, so I'm guessing your purpose is to try to reach everybody, whether they want to be reached or not. You want to reach everybody. So why aren't you doing it in a language we all understand out here? You know what I'm saying? Like it's English and Spanish. At one point, she goes, I want to give my testimony, but I can't because I'm still living it. Then shut up. then shut up. You're getting up there. You're waking me up. I want to give my testimony, but I can't because I'm still living it. Then shut up. Then what is it you're here to tell me? You know, you already got me angry. You know how hard it is to fall asleep on some of the drugs I do. I finally fall asleep. Your ass wakes me up. And then it's like you have nothing to say. Mm-hmm. Nothing to say. She goes into like a 30-minute prayer. Every other word is Father God. Every other word.
Father God.
Hallelujah, Father God. We're here today, Father God, to reach everyone, Father God, and Father God, and every other word. It's like, just say what you got to say. We understand who it is you're talking to because you're outside talking to a fucking, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're talking through a mic. We understand where you're going with this. How about you just pray your prayer? Mm-hmm. There's all this. I don't buy it, man. Because I don't see love. I don't see love in that. I really don't. I don't see love for your own children who they had on the corner with big oak tags.
Now, hold on a second. I want to make a point in a second. This was this morning, right?
They had their kids standing on the corner, these little kids standing on the corner who I know would rather do nothing more than be home right now. Standing on the corner with oak tags for the cars that come by saying, you know, Jesus loves you and this and that. That's what your kid wants to do. And then you wonder.
Was it cold?
It's freezing out there. And then you wonder why these kids get older and want nothing to do with the church. Why they get older and they rebel against you. Because you're sitting there making them fight your fight. You're the one that wants to go out there and you know, reach the world. Then do that. Why are you dragging your kid into this, man? Mm-hmm. You know, the kid's getting fidgety and you're telling him to stop being fidgety. Hold up the sign. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. I'm sorry, man. You know what I'm saying? You're doing it wrong. You're a brother. You're supposed to be a brother of mine in Christ, and I'm calling you an idiot. That goes to show you you're going about it all wrong. Something's wrong in all that, man. Then I come outside because I'm like, I'm not going to get no sleep, right? I come to the club. They're not going to let me go to sleep. They started at 11. Dude, they just stopped. It's 2 something. How long is this service? Now, mind you, I'm dealing with the prayers and all that, which, you know, normally I have no problem with. If you have something to actually say and something to actually pray about, I have no problem with that. But it's all just nothing. You're saying nothing. That's why you got to keep saying Father God, because you really don't know where you're going with this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now I'm sitting there. I'm not going to get no sleep. I go outside to go get coffee. The dude's going to come up to me and want to talk to me about Christ. I'm like, dude, unless you're looking
he came up to you?
Yeah, as I'm walking to the thing, one of them, because they have people scattered like they're barking for a comedy show. They got less people there than I do on a midnight fucking show on a Monday, right? He comes up to me and wants to talk about Christ. And I'm like, dude, unless you're looking to meet him right now, I suggest you leave me alone. Unless you're looking to actually be face to face with your savior, you leave me the fuck alone right now. How are you going to wake me up, drive me out of my house, and then sit there and think I want to talk to you? That's what I'm saying. You're going about it all wrong. Listen, I used to do outreaches all the time. I used to do out. They loved me. When they did outreaches, they wanted me to come because I did what was considered Christian hip hop, although the people in Christian hip hop was telling me that that's not what it was. But either way, I had a testimony to give. Mm-hmm. As I was still living it, I still had a testimony to give. Mm-hmm. You know, so they used to always want me to do these outreaches, and I would do them because, you know, I want to serve the Lord. You know, I was pumped up for God, so I would do them. They would get mad at people because we would roll up into a neighborhood in Brooklyn, hardcore neighborhood in Brooklyn. We'd roll up, right, uninvited. With no, they don't put flyers up. They don't put nothing up like we're going to throw this. We're coming into the neighborhood. We're putting on something, you know, that's going to have music. And they don't put nothing up. We just roll into this neighborhood, into one of the parks. I remember this one time, it was like maybe 20 feet away from a basketball championship that they had been playing all year. Now from the hood, these hood tournaments is what the hood got. We look into these shits, man. You know what I'm saying? We look forward to these things. This is where you see all the next up and comers who actually might make it, because that's where a lot of
you need to check out the End One documentary on Netflix.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, it was really cool. You would like it, especially. I'm sure.
I want to check it out because the End One shit, and I used to design clothes for the entertainment basketball shit over at Rutgers.
Oh.
where Fat Joe and all them were like, they all had teams and shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I used to
yeah.
go to those tournaments. So we roll up. It's the championship. They've been playing this all summer, all summer. And these people are like, forget that. Come over here. Come over here. And they're like, oh, you know, these heathens, these sinners. They've been playing this fucking game for fucking months. It's the championship. You rolled up into their neighborhood. They were looking forward to this. They weren't looking forward to you.
Yeah.
Now you're mad at them that they're not receptive. They're not receptive to what you got to say. Well, gee, I wonder why.
I
I
wonder.
wonder why. Could it be that
I
you
wonder,
rolled up
Gary.
during their championship game and now they're sinners because they don't know who you are, but they know who these people are, and they've been a lot of people betting on it too. There's money involved. They've been fucking watching this.
Maybe.
You know, and you don't understand why they don't want to come over because they're sinners. Yeah, so are you. And it shows right now that you're being rude. You know what I'm saying? He says, when is being rude? Says, when is going over someone's house uninvited, who's watching a movie, and then you sit at their table and go, stop watching that movie. Come talk with me. I got something important to tell you. That's rude. With no, you know, like they don't even tell you they're coming.
It's very rude.
It's fucking rude.
It's not nice.
Since when do you think being rude to people is going to lead people to Christ? Then they're the wrong ones because they're like, get the fuck out of my face. They're the bad ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just, you're doing it wrong. Okay? You're doing it wrong. And it doesn't help that this happened right after I go outside to the front of my building and see a ticket on my car. A parking ticket in front of my own building. Now, mind you, I know they got that 3-hour shit, but there's no sign in front of my building. In front of my building, from the corner all the way to the other corner, there's not one sign that says 3-hour parking. It's all the way on the other corner. So that don't apply to this side of the corner. There's no other fucking pole. You want me to walk the length of a whole fucking block to see what that sign all the way on the other corner says?
You're going to fight that shit, I hope.
Oh, I'm fighting it. Yeah, I took pictures of everything. I took pictures of my car in front of my building with the address, and I'm going to send them a picture of my license. Look, Dick, I live here.
Yeah.
And don't talk to me about permits. No one got permits on this whole fucking block. There's not one permit in a fucking
Can you
window.
Can you get a permit from the city?
Supposedly you're supposed to go to the whatever over here, but they've been giving me the runaround. I've been trying to get one since COVID.
Since the longest.
Since COVID. When I got the car, I was trying to get it.
You've been trying to get one since the longest, people.
Since the longest. So they give me another fucking ticket. $51.
Dude, that, like, I
what
feel
is
like
the one for? You fucking, I know what the one's for. Because if you give out enough of those, you give out 1 million of those, that extra one just made you $1 million more. You fucking bitch ass fucks.
I mean, they probably do. I wonder, like, in the whole history. Like,
You know what I'm saying? It's just, let's look it up. When did consideration go away? When did people stop having consideration for people? You know what I'm saying? I remember my neighbors before those assholes moved out. They would get mad at me because they would hear me walking around, literally just walking around, you know, and almost got something, right? And they'd be like, look, we hear you walking around all night. And I'm like, well, what do you want me to tell you, dog? Do you hear me running or jumping? They're like, nah, we just hear you walking. But what do you want? I didn't create the building. I didn't make the fucking floors that you could hear me walking and my shit creaking. You want me to float? Yeah. But then
you're
these are
like
the same
guy.
people.
I can't imagine you taking heavy steps.
Dude, first of all, I got my man upstairs. He's a big dude. I hear him. What do you want? That's called living in an apartment.
Right, exactly.
It's an apartment. You want peace and quiet and go get a house.
Yep.
Go find a fucking house, dog. That's what I got to tell you. So, you know, like but here's the thing. These same people who are asking me to walk lighter, they know I work at nights because after we had that conversation, I told them, no, but at 9 o'clock in the morning, they're jamming the bachata for hours, jamming it where it sounds like it's in my house. And you know what? I like a little bit of bachata for like 15 minutes, and then it sounds like the same fucking song. Just the same. It sounds like the same song on
For a
repeat.
day.
And they'll play it all fucking day. So you have no consideration for me, but you want me to have consideration for you. You want me to fly around my house, but you can't even just lower your radio, knowing full well that I work nights and I sleep during the day. And they want, these people, they want you to come to Christ, but they don't understand why you're angry. And here's the thing. They're so like, they're yelling all the time, man. These pastors just yelling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want everybody who hears in the sound of my voice. Everyone hears the sound of your voice. Everyone. Nobody likes you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. And it's our fault. We're the sinners. We don't want to. No, it's that I want to sleep. It's a Sunday. If I wanted to go to church, I would have got up and went to church. I should have went to church, but you can't force me.
Mm-hmm. Well,
you can't force me. You can't say,
did.
listen, you didn't get
They
up.
did.
We're going to pound it in your ear and then get mad that I don't want to hear this shit. I'm the bad guy. Because I don't want to hear this shit, man.
So what's the solution?
What is the solution? Can we get back consideration? Is there any way to bring that back?
Well, I mean, at least with the people on your block.
Dude, these people probably don't even live here.
Yeah. No, they don't. No, I'm sure they don't.
They don't even live here.
They're
they
probably
don't
from
live anywhere on these fucking blocks, yo.
They're probably from Atlantic City, though.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
It's not a big town. You should get a little paintball gun and just pick them off.
So I started watching some stuff on the history of Atlantic City. Actually, it was called The Seedy Side of Atlantic City. I caught a document. Well, not a documentary. It's a dude who does reporting around Atlantic City.
Cool.
And one thing that was real cool is he's walking down the boardwalk talking about the history and how Atlantic City came to be. And,
it's pretty cool, right?
It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's the first boardwalk. If no one knows that, they invented.
Do you know why it's called the boardwalk?
I mean, I would assume just because they're boards. Well, here, let me go through the history. The reason that they had the boardwalk there is they had nice hotels. Back in the early 1900s,
late 18s.
Late 18s. Okay, yeah. So like all the way late 1800s, and I'll do you a little bit one better for a little South Jersey history, right? So Atlantic City was the vacation spot. People would come down from New York.
That's what it was.
But more really Philadelphia is where people would come from.
Philly, New York, Camden, they said.
Yes.
But they said one of the problems they had was there was really no way to get out here. So they installed the train.
Right.
They installed the train, and then that blew everything up.
Right.
And the thing that did the best for us was when they made liquor illegal.
Right.
Once Prohibition hit, Atlantic City blew up. Yeah. Because they were serving liquor and nobody gave a fuck.
Now there's a restaurant, the Knife and Fork, that's across the street from your house, actually. The Knife and Fork? They have booths there and that you can lift them up, and that's where they used to store the booze. They showed in there. That's the
Irish pub.
In the city.
The Irish pub was around. That was a speakeasy.
Yep.
Do you know? Oh, well, first of all, let's go back to the first question. Why they call it the boardwalk?
Well, yeah. So they invented the boardwalk because the hotels there, people would come in and get sand on it. So they put it in there so you can knock the sand off and then come in. And it was the boardwalk because it was just boards.
Yeah. Well,
put out there.
You're right on one thing, that they did it for the hotels also, but they also did it so that people who come down for the day could actually walk across the boardwalk without being like all on the sand and all that.
Oh, and shop, right? Yeah, and shop.
And most people think it's named the boardwalk because it's boards and you walk on it. But actually the dude who built it, his last name was Borden, so they call it Boardwalk after him. It's actually named after him, not because it's boards. So I found that to be interesting.
Yeah, the other cool little tidbit of information is the White Horse Pike and the Black Horse Pike. The Black Horse Pike was the route that they used to take from Philly to Atlantic City, and their horses would be, covered in soot from all the coal and stuff. And then the White Horse Pike was the road that they took back, and then all the horses were clean because they go down, they get them in the water, they clean them up at the shore, and then they go back up. So that's
very dope.
That's where those names.
So what I found very cool was while he's walking down the boardwalk and he's just filming the boardwalk, they showed the AC Joe's commercial on the screens while he's walking. I'm like, look, there I am in this fucking video, saying naked with a sign in front of me, but it's all right.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool. Mm-hmm. And then he goes, but let's walk off the boardwalk. And you already know, once they go off the boardwalk, they went all the way over there by by playground area over there.
Yeah.
You know, the sex shop playground straight down there. And they like, you can get anything you want here. You know, they were like, they got $2 bags of fentanyl, right? What I found crazy though is there was a dude. You ever heard of a dude called Cookbook Suarez? I think it was, or Cookbook Rodriguez. I think it's Cookbook Rodriguez. I think his name was. They called him Mr. Atlantic City.
No,
He
I
used
know
to
Chinaman. Do you know who Chinaman is?
no,
Okay, that was another guy who's in
but this
Atlantic
dude they
City.
said was they said they were ever going to call anyone Mr. Atlantic City. It was called Cookbooks. I think it's Suarez or Cookbook Martinez, something like that. You should be able to look him up. He should pop up. Because this dude sang in some of the clubs that were out back. This is back in the day too. He sang and he also drove a cab on his part time. He would drive a cab. He also had like a TV show that was out here. And I got to get his name. I got to get his full name. But I know Cooked Books was in the middle of it. I think it's Suarez or Martinez or Rodriguez, Cookbook Rodriguez or something like that. Anyway, everybody out here loved him. He was known for giving cab rides to people for free. You know what I'm saying? Like he wouldn't even charge people a lot of times to
Raul.
Raul. There you go. Raul Cookbook Suarez.
Yeah, he got
Ah,
stabbed to death.
stabbed to death, dog. They found this motherfucker slumped over, stabbed to death. They didn't steal no money. They didn't steal none of his jewelry. They stole his cab, and they found the cab like maybe 3 blocks away.
So this guy, he
Yeah.
laid the rest in '85. Flowers came from the likes of Sammy Davis Jr. and Sinatra. He was very connected.
Yep.
Blanche Moro said of her uncle of Atlantic City, cabbie and entertainer whose brutal stabbing death in 34 years ago this week remains unsolved.
Yep.
Um, here,
Atlantic City doesn't like to solve their murders, it seems.
well, I mean, you know how it is with murders, especially in mob towns.
And it was very mobbed up at the time that
Oh,
it was very mobbed
yeah,
up. You know, he was
bro.
like they said, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr. He used to sing with them. He'd open up for them,
Yeah, dude,
right?
these guys like Atlantic City before the mob was out in Vegas, they had AC, bro. That's where all these nightclubs were.
Oh yeah,
Sinatra was down there, like
yeah,
crazy gang
yeah. Jerry
stuff.
Lewis, Frank Sinatra,
Yeah, man.
the whole Rat Pack was out here. Um,
And now you.
and now I'm out here. It's getting ready to pop again, dog. Don't get it twisted. But check it out,
It's
man.
just a pack of Newports and some rats.
Yeah. But you know what a shame. They never found the murder of that dude, and they're saying that that dude was one of the nicest people you would ever meet.
hmm
Um, and then
And
then they tell a story of between the Black Horse Pike and the AC Expressway. When you go up that way, in between them, there's a road that goes off, and you can walk on these train tracks. You know
Mhm.
the train tracks that are there.
I'm not
You're from
sure.
out here.
Yeah, well, keep telling me the story.
There's these
Maybe I know
train
about it.
tracks, and a couple of kids were walking down them train tracks one day, and they saw a body, and they ran, and they called the cops. They came, they found a dead body there of a woman, and as they went to cordon, what do they call that when they wrap the
Cordon
tapes
the
all around?
area off. Yeah.
They found 3 more bodies.
Whoa, when was this, bro?
They found 3 more fucking bodies, dog, down the fucking train track, all of them facing in the same direction. And all of them were prostitutes. The youngest one was 19. The oldest one was 20 something. They were all prostitutes, still unsolved.
Oh, was this in 2006?
Yeah, something like that. Still unsolved. That's serial killer shit right there. That's serial killer shit right there.
Yeah.
And you don't hear about that.
Bro, what?
You from Atlantic City. You didn't even know about this, man.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
References a separate unsolved. Okay, so there's a Lifetime movie that referenced an unsolved serial killer case, the outskirts of AC in '06. Molly Barbara Tracy.
Yeah. There was 4 of them, though. I don't know where the other chick is there, but there was 4 of them.
Uh,
The Long Island serial killer. Why would they call him the Long Island serial killer? This ain't Long Island.
well, no. There was a Lifetime made a movie about the Long
Oh,
Island serial killer. There. One such case 15 years ago that involves the killing of four women who found in the outskirts of Atlantic City, and some believe is mentioned in a new Lifetime movie, The Long Island
Yeah.
Serial Killer. And these murders may be connected to an ongoing New York case. Which I mean, yeah, if you're gonna, I mean, people do work in AC in New York all the time. You do.
Between New York and AC all the time. Yeah, man.
What were you doing in '06, bro?
I wasn't killing bitches. I'll tell you that.
It's not nice, bro.
But they found four chicks all facing in the same fucking direction, all set up like symbolically and shit, a certain amount of feet apart from each other. Unsolved. And you don't even hear about that shit. I didn't know anything about that shit. It's not too far from my house, man. You know,
Yeah,
I think I'm
all
safe.
of them were on drugs.
Well, they were all prostitutes and drug addicts, you know. I mean, that doesn't, you know, that doesn't mean they should fucking be murdered.
No. I'm just saying it. I mean,
Because you kind of said that, like, you know, they were all drug fucking users. And I'm only playing. You
no.
didn't say it like that, dude. I'm just fucking with you.
But that, I mean, bro, that's what happens. You know, they get the women who are,
Who
hooked.
put themselves in dangerous positions.
Yeah, yeah, one of them, seemed like a couple of them were okay, and then they just got fucked up. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
never
One
knew.
of them was like a soccer mom
Yeah,
who
yeah,
just
yeah.
got fucked up. Like my neighbors, dude, that spiraled down, man. Fucking crazy.
That's what happens with the crack, dog.
Yeah, but it's funny because they went by Ray's area. Like this, they went by Ray's area, and they're like, "Here's a spot you do not want to come to."
Yeah, Ray's neighborhood is not nice, bro.
No, no.
Around Ray's neighborhood is actually the worst neighborhood in Atlantic City, like historically speaking.
I
Like
remember we were all
Highgate,
tripping.
those towers, bro. Or Northgate,
The water
Northgate.
towers.
Yeah, no, Northgate, the towers,
Oh yeah,
the high rise. Well, it's not really a
yeah.
high rise, but it's a high rise for AC.
Facey.
And then back Maryland, the Maryland projects, like the back part of Maryland Ave.
That's what they showed. They showed the Maryland projects,
Yeah.
which they said don't let the look fool you because they do look nice. The houses are kind of like nice houses. You know, they're clean rather on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the area itself looks pretty clean. But they're like, you don't want to get caught out here. I remember one time we were walking around Ray's areas,
Eric,
Ray, Tate, Eric, and I forgot who else was there. PD, I think. And we were all tripping. Everybody but Tate was tripping. And a car pulls up to us while we're walking, filled up, and they're like, yo, son, what you doing? I said, I'm looking for Newports. And the dude goes, son, you in the hood. And I go, I know. Where else am I supposed to find Newports? And they started dying and just said, all right, and drove off.
that's what you got to do in the hood, bro. You got to throw a little humor out.
I'm good in any hood, man. So far.
I've done okay.
I've been good in any hood. I haven't had no problems anywhere, man.
I've never been robbed in the hood. Fortunately.
Yeah, I've never been stuck up, but I've been robbed.
Okay, yeah, that's what I mean. I've never been stuck up. I've definitely been robbed before.
Yeah, I've been robbed by friends.
Times. Yeah,
people who I called friends. You know what I'm saying? Snatching money that you leave on the table, shit like that, or breaking into something. I've gotten shit robbed, but I've never been stuck up.
Yeah,
you know,
I've been chased. People.
I've been chased on many occasions, dude. I've been chased on many occasions, man.
So the show that you're doing in Camden, right? My dad we used to work for New Jersey Transit, like in their police department. So we had an office at the transportation center right in the middle of Camden. Have you ever been there? I hope not. Yeah, okay. It's like Night of the Walking Dead. At 12 o'clock.
Places like that.
Yeah. So it's kind of like that. But I was taking classes at Camden County College, which had a satellite campus there. So I'd park at the bus terminal and walk, right? So I'm coming home. It was like, December, Tuesday night, it's fucking like 8, 9 o'clock. It's dark. It's cold, whatever. I got my backpack on and I start walking and I see this dude on the other side of the street who's walking in the opposite direction. And as soon as he passes me, like behind me, I see him kind of do like a wide
crossover.
Yeah, he did a wide angle turn, right?
Yeah.
So I took my backpack straps, bro, and I went like this and then just booked it
Did he
straight
start
through.
chasing you?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, he did start chasing
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So he starts chasing me, and then so I'm going, bro. So I keep running, and then I get up to the transportation center, right, and it has these glass windows, and it's late, bro, and nobody is out on the street, especially in this part of the city at this time of night, right? Especially because it was cold too. So they have these glass windows, so all the guys that my dad knows see me, and then they come running out, right? So they come running out. They're like, "Where is he? Where is he? Where is he?" And I'm like, "He's over there. He's behind me." And then they start chasing after him, and then he just books off. And then they let off of him.
Yo,
But I
that
made,
is
made it
funny.
back.
When you were running, did you have your the backpack on your back?
Yeah, bro. So when I had it,
That is
it was.
the fucking worst. Running with a backpack on
Mm-hmm.
is the fucking worst. Even if there's nothing in it, it just
Yeah,
fucking, you gotta hold it tight. And then when
yeah,
there's shit in it, forget about it. It's
bro.
bouncing.
But as soon as I saw him, bro, I took the straps and I
Yeah.
I I
And
I,
you held
I
them tight.
like, dude, it tighter than I ever would have. So it was like strapped on my back, and I just grabbed those straps and I was like,
Yeah, but it still sucks because it's doing this still, even as you're running, and you're like, I hate it. It's the worst.
I was
I'd rather
gone,
run in
bro.
Timberlands.
I was so gone.
I'd rather run in Timberland boots than run with a backpack on my fucking back.
Dude, I always wore sneakers when I would go to that bitch, bro. But even before that happened, dude, I always wore sneakers to class.
That's fucking funny as fuck. That's funny as fuck. And I've been chased a lot of times. Luckily never been caught.
Mm-hmm.
I've been caught, well, when I got chased by the cops that time at Caesars with my son, and I wound up running on the fucking beach. I got caught that time, but I kind of gave myself up.
That's it.
I didn't want to keep, I just didn't want to do it no more, man. I didn't want to keep running. I was like, my heart feels like it's gonna explode. I know I could keep going. Chances are I'm not gonna die, but nah,
The sand's tough, bro.
I gave up.
The
Yeah,
sand's
I
very
gave up.
tough.
I never been caught, but I gave up, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever. I didn't do anything that time. I just ran because somebody said run.
To
Fucking
go-
Matt. Run.
the best is to kind of just like hide around in plain sight, not go too far.
Oh, well, I should have just stood there when they came
Yeah,
and just been like, yo, dude, the dude came at me. I knocked him out. What you want me to tell you?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have ran. Why'd I run? I wasn't the aggressor. I wasn't the one who started the shit.
You were drunk though, right?
Who, me?
Yeah,
I was drinking,
yeah. Okay,
but I wasn't drunk.
right.
My tolerance is pretty good, you know. Oh, I want to big up Nicole, one of my Conspiracy Monday listeners.
Pew pew pew
Came out to
pew
see
pew
me last night with her
pew.
man.
Pew.
And big up to you two for coming to check me out and for listening to me every Monday on 107.5, the JoJo and Scotty show.
Is that the
Or
number?
100.7. Is that what it is? I got to fucking learn what it is. I think 100.7. 100.7. That's what it is, I think.
100.7.
That's what it is, right? Yeah, WZXL.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. WZXL. Well, whatever. I've only been doing it for like a year. But she listens every Monday, man, to the Conspiracy Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that she had to come out and see me. And she said she was very surprised I wasn't black. I
Garcia?
get that a lot.
Really?
Yeah. When people hear me on the radio and then they come to see me, they're always like, you are not what we expected. They expect bigger and they expect darker. But this is what it is, people. I'm a little dude, but I cast a big shadow.
And you have a big heart.
Yeah, I guess that's what does it. You say big. Some doctors would say enlarged.
They would say a rhythmic is what they would also say about it.
Well, of course, I have an irregular heartbeat. I have to.
Yeah.
It's only right. I mean, I have an irregular heartbeat, dude. I walk around with my EKG in my pocket. I have to. I ain't
Really?
playing. Yeah, dude. I fucking
I didn't know this. Did you have some problem with your ticker at some point?
Well, I have
You got a pacemaker
I
or
have
something, bro?
a heart I have a fucked up, well, not fucked up heart, but I just have a whatchamacallit flow. I mean, heartbeat and a regular heartbeat. So what happens is, oh shit,
Oh,
where is it? What happens is if I get oh no, that's my birth certificate. I got my original birth
why
certificate,
do you
dude.
carry it with you in your wallet, you psycho,
My
bro?
birth certificate.
Dude, you don't have like a lockbox, like a fire safe at your apartment, like a little safe. You have to, bro.
Look
There's
at
no
this
way you don't
shit.
have a safe.
This is like
Wow.
from this 1970, baby.
This is like from around
This is
1970.
1970, my birth certificate. Look at that shit.
Wow.
Yeah, and I carry somewhere in one of these things is my EKG because what happens is if I should go to a doctor and they hook me up, they're gonna look at my heartbeat and think I'm having a heart attack
Oh.
because that's already happened. And then they were like, "Oh, your heart just beats this way. You should carry this around. So then when you go, you can give them it, and then they could look to see if it's the same way as
It's supposed to be.
it's supposed to be. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm getting fucking things put in me. They're checking for clots and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so I carry that around. But yeah, I got a little fucked up ticker. It's not
Mm.
fucked up. It's
Has it always been
strong.
like that?
Yeah, heart murmur.
Mm.
I always had a heart murmur.
What are they
So
saying? What
I
are they?
skip beats. I
What are
skip
they?
beats.
What are they murmuring?
Who knows, dude? All
What's it?
kinds of shit. Kill, kill, kill. Murder, murder, murder.
Red rum, red rum, red rum, red rum.
Yeah, those are the kind of things that they say, you know. And I'll spare you all the horrible thoughts that I had toward the cop who left me that ticket. I'm not going to go into it like I
Oh,
did the last time. And I totally like wished death on that dude. I'm not going to do that. You guys already know if you've been listening to you already know the thoughts that were going through my head when I saw that ticket.
mhm.
You know,
It's
parked
nice. You're
right in front of my house, dude. You couldn't be any more in front of my house. You know what I'm saying? Like literally out the door, right outside the door of my house. Fucking suckers.
I
Nothing
got
better
I
to
got I
do.
got a cousin.
They can write me tickets, but they can't find who murdered 4 chicks or who murdered a dude who was well loved out here 40 years ago or 30 something years ago, 40 years ago. That's still unsolved. But they can get me tickets. I think you should start writing tickets and start fucking finding some murderers out there. How about that? Fucking losers. But I digress. What? What?
nothing. I'm just messing around.
Fuck, man. But yeah. 6 o'clock show last night. Zach got into it with someone in the front row.
Oh, very cool. How did that happen? I always like hearing what goes
The
on at the
person just
shows.
wouldn't shut the fuck. It was a couple. They just wouldn't shut up. He kept, like kind of dealing with him a little bit.
Hmm.
He even got him like at one point they were gonna kick him out. He was like, nah, 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 they'll be good. It was like the third time, and then they just kept going,
What were they
kept
doing?
talking
They were just
right in
talking
the
to each other.
front. No, talking to him, disrupting the show, man. Just dicks who think that they're like they think people paid to see them,
Right.
you know. And then
They
he
toss
just
them.
lost it, and he just said, "Would you just shut the fuck up? Just shut the fuck up." And the dude's looking at him, and he goes, "What are you looking at? I'm talking to you. What do you think? I'm looking through you, you fucking idiot." And then at that point, I came out from the back like, all right, something might lick off. And if it does, these fans are about to see some real shit right here because they're gonna be like, "Yo, do not fuck with the comics and AC jokes." I always wanted to do that. I always wanted to have a club that's run by comedians that if people start heckling, you just come up behind them, yoke them up,
Choke them
and
out.
pull them out.
Yeah, pull
Just
them
pull
out.
them right out, and then you see all the other comedians from the back just leave with you and them. You know what I'm saying? As you continue your set, then they just come back, kind of like,
Come back. You wipe a little blood off your shirt.
yeah, yeah, don't fuck with the comics over at AC Jokes. They will fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking that already because then they went into like after he got off, he didn't even finish the set. He just said,
Oh,
"You know what? Fuck this. I'm done." And I was like, "Yeah, get him, Zach."
who
But
went
then
up
I had to
after him?
follow that.
Oh, I'm sure you did not great.
Decent.
Decent. Yeah. Decent.
I
Not
got
great.
him back a little bit,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, man, he wasn't in the mood to take no shit yesterday, and nor should he have to. It's a crazy game we play, yo. And then the second show was amazing.
Yeah.
It's like comedy's crazy, man. It takes so much to have a really good show. There's so many things that actually have to happen to have an amazing show. And it only takes one asshole to wreck a show. That's all it
It's
takes.
fun, man. It's my favorite form of entertainment.
It takes one idiot to wreck the whole show.
For sure. It's the best form of my favorite form of entertainment.
Mhm. But other than that,
what are you drinking this morning?
some Gatorade. It's in
Ah,
me.
yeah,
I need to get the electrolytes up.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta get the electrolytes up, dog.
You
But
ever
I've been
drink?
actually feeling a little good. I've been working out again, man. I'm starting to get like my chest is popping. You know, I feel like I'm looking a little. My neck is.
I did 30 push-ups yesterday, and I
Oh,
went
congratulations!
and I went for a 2 mile run.
Is 30 push-ups the most you ever did?
No, but the most I've done in a couple of years. Actually, yesterday
you
was the
gotta start at
most exercise I've done in a few
You
years.
got to start somewhere.
Yeah, 30 push-ups isn't bad.
No, you do 30 push-ups a day, you're onto something.
Not sure
You're
what,
onto
but
something, and then you start doing 60.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, that's how I do it. I started with just one set, picking up, you know, my son got the weights there and shit, the curling bars and shit. I saw them there. I was like, fuck it. I was airing out his room. And I just started fucking using them. And now I'm using them. I'm doing, you know, a bunch of sets throughout the day. I'm looking good, feeling ripped, taking my vitamins, my vitamins.
Looking good, feeling ripped.
You like that, right?
Yes.
Looking good, feeling ripped.
Looking good, feeling ripped.
Yeah. My ignorance is what makes me adorable, dude. You know this already.
I know. I
Why do
feel like
you
I've read
find
that somewhere on our mugs that can be found at anitwasgood.net/shop. People get them, $15.
Get your mug, dog. How have you gotten your mug already, man? The only thing that can make this show better. Well, not the only thing. There's a lot of things that can make the show better, but one of the things, if we're moving to make this show better, man, nothing like sitting here with a rated G mug while you watch the show, man, and you feel like family. Because we are, man. You know.
We're family. We're just not yours. You know, we're just somebody else's. Everybody's family.
Yeah, man. The truth is, we are. We're all brothers and sisters. We need to keep it together. All we got is us. That's my new thing, dude.
Father
We
God.
got is us. Stop looking for the government to save us or take care of us. They won't. They got their own agenda. But we can affect our own neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? We can affect our own neighborhoods. We can take our fucking spot where we are at and get along with each other and help each other out and be there and have each other's backs. And then what can the government really do to us, you know, once we're formed and have each other's backs, man, you know?
In our neighborhoods, we can clean up the trash. We can not litter.
We don't have to throw shit on the
start-
floors. We don't have to shit on the sidewalk.
We could all commit to quiet hours on Sundays after noon. No loud noises. Maybe that's something we could all commit to.
I mean, before
as
noon.
a group.
How about before noon? Don't. If you're gonna do it outside, don't do it at 11 o'clock in the morning, man. I know that from some people, like 11 o'clock, I'm up by 11, but I work nights.
It really should be whenever McDonald's stops serving breakfast, that's when the stuff can start. That should be the barometer.
But then 11 o'clock would be okay for them.
I guess. I don't make the rules, G.
Well, you're making the rules right now.
I just like a bacon.
You don't make
egg
the
and
rules. You're
cheese
sitting here making
on a
the
biscuit.
rules. You're saying up until that's what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You're coming up with rules that we should follow right now.
I'm not. No, I'm just saying there are rules that are out there that people do suggest that we should follow. I don't make them. I'm just saying that they're there. You know, it's
I feel like you're dancing around. You're dancing around your shit, dude. Did you turn liberal on me? Did you turn into a glib? Now you're dancing around shit.
There's chai tea in this, Gary.
I'm not surprised. The fuck? I think someone just got slammed on their head.
You got a Dahmer situation going on above you?
Yeah, probably. There's always shit going on up there. I hear him beating people.
The building you were in was built in when? 1910?
They
5.
said it's like the second oldest building here.
Okay. So I mean,
So if it's the second older, you're talking, yeah, maybe I don't know how big the buildings were back in the 1800s. So I don't think it's probably in the 19s, early 1900s that this building was made.
yeah, Gary's got the craziest elevator at his place.
Oh, I hate that fucking elevator,
It's
man.
cool though. Aesthetically, it's cool.
It's cool, but not when you got shit in your hands and now you got to put everything down to get the key to turn the key into the elevator. You know what I'm
I
saying?
couldn't understand that, dude. I was like, "What the fuck is going on with this thing?" And then if it's
Oh
not,
yeah.
if somebody doesn't shut it at one floor,
Oh,
then it
like
won't go down.
last night, I'm like trying to get up and I'm like, oh, now I got to walk up the stairs. I'm like, who's the idiot that didn't close the door? I get up to the third floor and I see the gate open and the door open. And I'm like, these motherfuckers. And it's like, I don't even know what time in the morning. I don't even know. I don't even know. The other day I said we made it to Friday and they said it's Thursday. And I said, I got ahead of myself. I don't know. Every day's fucking Friday.
Yeah.
So now I'm walking up. I get to the third floor. I see both doors open, and on the door it says, "Please do not slam," because it makes a very loud fucking sound. And I'm just like, oh, I just slammed both the fucking doors. Fuck them. Fuck them.
How many innocent lives did
If
you
you're gonna
hurt?
say fuck us, then fuck you.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna say fuck everyone else in the building, then fuck you. I fucking make sure the door's closed.
Mm-hmm.
I've slid the door and started to walk away and saw that it just went and didn't click and turned around and went back and pushed it closed. You know why? Because I'm considerate. Consideration goes a long way, people.
Mm-hmm.
It goes a long fucking way. Yesterday, I go to Walgreens, and I hate going to Walgreens, but I needed a bunch of things, and I had my handful of things. When I went in, there was one person online. When I go pay for it, they got like 7 people online. I'm like, I'm not going to sit here for 45 minutes. And that's what it's going to be for 7 people.
Especially at
45 fucking
Walgreens,
minutes.
dude. The
They got
Walgreens.
one register open and everyone got mad shit. So I'm just like, you know what? I took the shit. I went back. I moved some stuff and stuck all my shit behind it. And then I went back later on that night when there was no one there. I saw no one there. I ran in, went behind the shit, grabbed all my stuff and got it.
Now, how do you feel about the self-service checkouts? Do you like those, or do you dislike
I
those?
was wishing I hate them, but I was wishing they had it at that point because
Yeah, that's when they
I'll
are
do it.
nice. That's when they
I'll
are
do it
nice.
quicker than they will. You
Yeah.
know what I noticed is they say people don't want to work, which obviously you're looking around, people don't want to work. But the ones that are working don't want to work. Like the ones who are working feel like because they walked into that building and because they decided to say, yes, I'll work here, that's enough.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they actually got to do work really annoys them.
It's pride, bro. Pride. People don't have pride
It
in
really
anything
annoys.
anymore.
Nah, man, it's that. What they did with the COVID shit and keeping people home and giving them checks. Yo, the majority of people have no problem doing that shit. They'll go into the metaverse and they'll live their lives in the metaverse and keep sending them a check so that they can fucking feed themselves and stay alive. They'd be happy doing that. And that's what happened. People don't want to go to fucking work. You dying over there. You okay? What, did it go down the wrong pipe? You okay? Are you back with us?
Yeah, I'm all right. I don't know what that was. It was nothing. I wasn't even. I just started coughing. Just had a
Choking?
little tickle.
Okay. You back with us now? You're so fucking dramatic.
Continue, please.
So dramatic, dude. It's like, and then it's like, Did you think you were gonna die for a second? Did you think you were leaving us?
I'm just working on my dramatic acting. How'd I do?
I wasn't impressed. It felt to me like he was acting. That's why I don't care. I see a lot of people all the time, like people who are sick all the time. Like they're always sick. Every time, I'm sick. I don't know. I feel like, all right, you're not always sick, dog.
You think it's a look at me? Look at me.
Look at me. You feel bad for me,
Mm-hmm. and they want
Like I said, nothing
the
gets me more
doctor.
mad than people who are in a hospital and they post that shit on Facebook. You know, an emergency. Okay, I don't have to worry about you. You're obviously feeling okay. Because if you were really in a state of emergency, I doubt you're gonna fucking text. I'm dying right now. You know what I'm saying? That's the text I'm waiting for. Just got shot. Hope the ambulance gets here in time. I'm waiting for that text. You know, I'm waiting for that post. Just got shot with like a bunch of dumps, you know, shooting dump, shooting photo dump, and you take a picture of the hole and the blood all over you and the dude running away. You know, you see the back of the dude running away.
You got
Click,
the
click, click.
video.
You know, yeah. Yeah. Tag me in that. Everyone who got the video, tag me in that. As you lay there and die. That's what I'm waiting for. That's when I start to care about those fucking texts, those posts of how sick you are. If you're that sick, you're not posting it. You know, and this need for attention from strangers or from people that you went to school with in the second and third grade. You need, you know, to get their why?
Low self-esteem.
I don't know. I can't even imagine like what it must be like to grow up in today's day and age.
It's got
Not
be
even knowing the world without cell phones, not even knowing the world without the internet. Don't even know the world like that. Can't even imagine it. Those are the people who say, how did you find your friends without cell phones? How did you do it? Forget about the fact that we used to remember every number to every person that we knew that mattered.
I know all my friends' home phone numbers from when I was a kid.
Yeah. Oh, I still don't remember them, but I remember my old ones.
Yeah.
I remember and I had like 3 of them, and I remember my old ones. I remember I used to be better at it. I've forgotten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, like,
but I used
like,
to know and it wasn't even a thing of trying to learn their numbers. You'd write it down.
Right.
You'd pull out that paper every time you called them. And eventually you didn't need the paper. You would just.
Especially the friends I had from kindergarten on, you know, like by 3rd grade.
Yeah. Plus you had to actually dial the numbers.
Yeah.
So that would help you to remember them because you had to actually dial it. Now you don't. You bring up their name.
Right. Yep.
And you fucking push the button.
And I think that's where some of that consideration stuff has gotten dropped, right? With the technology and being able to, you know, minimize the hard work, you know, minimize the work in life. You know, the stuff that we do have to do still, people don't want to do that anymore. You know, like basic care.
It's a thing of also just improper use. Like text messaging. You know how many people improperly use text messaging?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you notice, you fucking morons, but text messaging isn't for conversations. You are not supposed to have conversations on text. What's a conversation? More than back, forth, back. That's it. Text or what time are we linking up? That's text. What time? What time and where? That's a text. 6 o'clock in front of such and such. Cool. Not even the cool. Well, cool. Yeah, I got your text. Cool. Boom. That's it. Not what are you wearing? Like it starts getting into like questions and asking things. Don't have conversations on text. Do you know how many people get into fights over text messages that they never would have gotten to a fight with if they would have just been talking to each other because they're reading it like the assholes they are. You understand what I'm saying? So use it properly, and texting is good. Texting sucks because people aren't using it properly. They're trying to express their feelings and emotions to people over a text, and you don't hear the feelings and emotions.
The interpretation is lost.
Fucking idiots, man. You know, even the internet, great idea. But, you know, people just use it improperly. They use it to talk shit.
Well, the other problem with the internet, dude, is it's the same stuff I do with like the titles of our shows and some of the stuff I put in there is to try to get people to find it. They do the same shit with news articles to get people to see them, to get clicks. You know, that's how the internet works. That's how search works.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
No, but I'm just saying
I have a problem when people use it personally.
But Of
You understand what I'm
course.
saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
in
I
other
understand what you're
words,
saying. I guess I'm making another
the,
point,
it,
a separate point, really.
yeah, yeah, like I agree
Yeah,
with what you're saying.
yeah, it's a separate point, related but separate. But go ahead, go ahead.
No, no, I agree exactly what you're saying. The point that I was trying to make is just like it's misused. Like, in other words, the internet, well, look at Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook in the beginning was for you to have people you actually knew as friends and be able to communicate because you can't see them anymore. So you'll send pictures of your kids, whatever, whatever, inbox each other. And then it just became this thing of trying to get as many people you can get to follow you, whether you know them or not, friends of friends that you don't even know. And I get the people like myself who got on it, to promote their shit. That's the only reason why I got on it, to promote my shit. The people
Mm-hmm.
that want to friend me, okay, well, friend me. This is what I'm doing. Come out and support what I'm doing. I don't need to put up pictures of my kids and pictures of me hanging out, that have nothing to do with what my page is for, which is for comedy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I even get mad at that. People in the club hanging out and they got to fucking put up a reel or a thing. Look, I'm living a life. Look at me. I have a life. You know what I'm saying? Look, we're hanging out and you're not here. Which created, what was that shit? FOMO?
FOMO.
Oh my God.
You're not a FOMO believer?
FOMO. You know what I call it, right?
What do you call it, G?
I'm not gonna say it. Sounds a lot like FOMO. Two letters off.
One, two.
No. Yeah, two. FG. The fear of missing out. Missing out on what? What am I missing out on? That you're over there? Apparently, you're not having that much fun. Because if you were, you wouldn't be fucking doing this. You wouldn't even have the time for that. You'd be too wrapped up having real fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
You're
Like,
not wrong, brother. You're not wrong.
like people only want people around them when it's not cool. Like, people don't think about other people when they're having a great fucking time. They're only thinking about what's going on right there. Or
Mm-hmm.
at least that's how it used to work. Now it's like, I don't know. I guess you got to do it for the gram.
To a certain extent, bro.
I guess you gotta.
You know.
And the thing is, this is coming from a person who posts a lot. Like, I have a lot of posts. I have like probably 3,000 posts on my shit.
Yeah, but I mean,
but it's all very direct and
comedy. Yeah, it's comedy stuff.
what I do. It's all flyers. It's all little, clips
You,
of our shows. It's
yeah,
all
you with the crowd. After the show or some shit. Your
yeah. I
fans.
mean, it's all shit of showing love to my fans, and it's a fan fucking page.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. My life is my life. You're not gonna see me up there posting shit like, oh, I might, if we're taking pictures, I got some cool shots, I'll throw those up. But those were pictures taken just for us to have the memory. I'm not gonna sit there while I'm there and post it all up. This is what's going on now in my life. Ugh. The need of people, so fucking needy. And yet you have no consideration for the people that you want to accept you, and it's like that with everything. Everybody wants to be accepted. Nobody wants to have consideration for the people they're asking to accept them. It's a fucking nerve.
It's been a long running theme on the show.
Has it? Yeah. I guess so.
It's the root of everything, my brother. It really is. It's the root of all the troubles, all the woes we have in today's world. Lack of consideration for your fellow man. It's always been the trouble. It's always been the trouble. And that's what those, the Christians are supposed to be shouting in the morning. And they're not.
How about don't shout it in the morning? Well, you know what else I found out too? Speakeasies, going back to how there was like a lot of speakeasies out here when we were talking about the history. You know why they call it speakeasies?
I would assume because you have to keep the level of your voice down so people don't hear and find out where you are, right?
Exactly. Isn't that crazy? Everyone had to speak easy.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. That's a good assumption. And not only is it a good assumption, it's 100% right.
Thank you.
Go give yourself a biscuit from Boots. Go give yourself a Boots biscuit.
I actually had biscuits this morning. I had biscuits and eggs.
I haven't even eaten yet, so I'm a little hangry too, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got a steak in there I'm going to throw in.
Oh, nice.
I'm pissed because I made a fucking big ass steak. It barely fit in the pan. It was like coming up on the sides. I cut it in half. I ate half of it. I put the other in the Tupperware, but it was hot. So I didn't just want to throw it right into the fridge, right? It's not really good to do. I think I heard that somewhere. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's not. Yeah, you should let it cool
But
down and then put it in the fridge.
yeah, but what I wound up doing is forgetting about it. Next morning, I go in the kitchen. I'm like, fuck, I just fucking left the steak out all fucking night. I can't be good.
Can't eat that. No, you gotta throw
I
that
threw
shit
it out.
away. Can't eat that at all.
I threw it out. And the other day, man, you gotta seeing me do breakfast sometimes gotta be the funniest shit in the world.
Watching
Cause I
you?
get aggravated. I get aggravated so fucking easy, man. And the other day I was trying to make, I just wanted to make a quick breakfast. I said, I'm gonna make some pancakes real quick, some bacon. Quick. I butter up the whole fucking pan. I throw the pancakes in there. I'm cooking the pancake. It starts to get the little bubbles in the holes. And I go to fucking flip it and I can't I can't get under it, man. I'm like, what the
Uh,
fuck? How is it stuck to the pan?
sometimes it happens, bro.
I'm like, how? The thing, dude, I put mad butter in my shit. So now I'm sitting there and I'm losing it. I'm like, what the fucking. I was like the kid in A Christmas Story when he
Yeah.
beats that kid up and he's just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
cursing words that aren't even real words. That was me, dude, trying to get this thing. Then I finally get it and it's like all shredded on the top and I throw it into the garbage. And my garbage is the one that you put up with your foot. It goes up. I go to throw it in. It sticks to the top first. And I'm like,
Ah,
yeah,
damn,
and I
bro.
was just so. You get to a point where you're so angry that just you just keep making it worse
You keep making
because you're
more
just caught
mistakes.
up in your anger and you're just making it. Everything you're doing is just making it worse. And I can't even explain how every time I went to throw something out after that, I would see on top of my garbage the fucked up pancake, and I would get so upset.
Did you eat anything?
Obviously I'm off.
Well,
Obviously, like I'm not focused on the things that matter. You know, as the great Chang once said, when you don't have big problems, your little ones become big ones. And that's what was going on. Like my problem was a fucking pancake. All right, just scrape it out, throw it in the garbage, make a new one. No,
no.
not simple enough for the G man.
You
The
had to
G man had
lose your shit.
I had to lose my shit.
I get like that, dude. Sometimes in the morning I'll wake up and if there's like some stuff out, like some clothes or whatever, I'll just go on a fucking tear and just like start cranking my neck. And the next thing I know, bro, I got like, I'm pulling out all the cabinets and reorganizing the dishes and shit. It's a sickness.
Yeah,
It's
you
it's
must look like a fucked up flamingo.
I do, yeah, a little
Grabbing
bit.
shit with his long, skinny legs. Just grabbing shit.
I get them with my
I don't even
beak.
know what sound a flamingo makes.
I get them with the beak.
What sound does a flamingo make? I don't even know. I'm guessing a very birdy sound. Birds are, once again, people, birds, the most disrespectful animals that are out there.
Hello.
That's how the flamingo talks. That's how it sounds, right? Oh,
Hello.
I'm a
Hi.
flamingo.
I'm a flamingo.
Imagine
Would you
that shit.
would you like to see my pink feathers? They're so fluffy and
Imagine you
fluttery.
sitting there like, hey, flamingo. And it's like, hi. You're like,
Hi.
what the fuck?
Nice to meet you, Gary. How are you
I
doing
always think of
today?
stupid shit like that. Imagine like animals could just like communicate and talk. Imagine just
Yeah.
talking to a monkey. Do you think the world would be a better place or a worse place if animals could actually talk?
I feel like we would have more compassion for sure.
I
Maybe.
feel like animals would be a lot more involved in our lives. I feel like because man is so wicked, we would find a way to make those animals work for us. Now that
Mm,
we could communicate to them what we want them to do, they would be the lower class.
right. I mean, they already are, but in a different way, you're saying?
Well, they'd be fighting their own fights now.
Right.
You know, now instead of us saying save the rainforest, they would be out there like save our forest.
Right.
You gotta say stop fucking with our forest. But then again, I mean, they'd be able to like communicate with each other also. So it would be. Do you think they would have this? I mean, in a sense, they communicate with each other now in some sort of way,
Yeah,
right?
they do. They definitely communicate with each other now. Yeah. I mean, dude, even with my dog, man, I mean, he communicates with me. I mean, he tells me when he needs to go out. It's like it's
Yeah,
very
I mean, but
interesting how
imagine if
there's
he was able. Imagine if you were sleeping
yeah.
and you heard, "Hey, hey, hey, Dad," and you open your eyes and there's Boots. Hey, hey, I want to go out. I gotta pee.
I'd
You'd be
rather
able to tell him. The truth is, you wouldn't have to take him out. You would be able to train him to use the toilet because now you could just be like, "Look, Boots, man, if you gotta go, look, just put your paws up here." And he listened. He put his paws up there because you can communicate. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But
We
now,
could
not for nothing, it can communicate. It can get his own job. You better
That's
what
the
you do
biggest
for a
problem I
living.
have with the dog right now, bro, is he's not bringing any fucking money into the place. You
Well, see,
know?
that's why cats are better because they keep out, water bugs and they keep out mice and rats.
He catches flies
Ugh.
and he
He doesn't
barks.
catch flies. He eats flies. Okay. Don't be trying to make your dog sound smart. He catches flies like he be snatching them out of the air with his fucking paws.
He
He eats
does,
flies.
bro.
Your
No,
dog is
no, no,
dumb.
no, no, no.
Boots is
He
dumb. He
catches him with
eats
his paws,
flies.
bro. No, he catches him with his paws, one handed, bro. And then he'll open it back up and it'll just
And
fly
watch him
away.
fly away.
It's pretty cool, man. And then he'll eat it afterwards. After it flies away, then he catches it. He like tosses it up.
I love the way he put it. He catches flies. No, he eats flies. You know, I rescued my dog. No, you adopted your dog. Right.
I always like the social media posts. Who rescued who? You ever see that one?
You know what? Say what you want, but mama saved my life.
I'm sure she did.
As
Sure she
I
did.
saved hers.
Mhm.
Say what you want, but she did. She came at the right time where things could have went a lot differently had I not had her.
Mhm.
She brings peace in an otherwise uh violent life
Violent,
at times.
tumultuous.
I don't know. At times. Tumultuous is probably a better word.
Yeah. Vibrant, colorful. No.
Can you say colorful? Are we allowed to say colorful or do the LGBTs own that too now? I don't know.
Is that are we changing the meaning of the word now?
That's what you can do now. You can change the game, man. You could change the game. It's gonna be a very interesting rest of my life.
I think the same thing, bro. It's gonna be a very interesting rest
The
of my
rest
life.
of all our lives is gonna be very interesting, people.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't know, man. There's so much going on just in a general sense. But then at the same time, like I said the other night, you ever watch the world burning around you and then you think to yourself, I got my own problems,
Mostly, yeah, pretty much
you
almost
know?
all the time.
And that's why I say, like, that's why I feel like it starts in your communities because there's so much going on around the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
A strong community doesn't have to let all that stuff affect them. All that stuff. Some stuff is still going to affect you no matter what. But like a lot of that stuff don't have to affect you if you have a strong community and you guys are living the right way amongst yourselves and spreading that love to other people, showing them how to do it, and communities, all start to pull their shit together. I forgot the point I was trying to make.
Did you hear about Chappelle's monologue?
On what, SNL?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so he kind of echoed the here, I'll play a little clip. I don't know if this is the clip or the whole thing here. Let me see if I can make it a little
Is everybody mad at him now?
I don't know. My boy sent it to me this morning, so I don't know what it is. I don't know what the deal is.
Thank you. Thank you very much for being here. But before I start tonight, I just wanted to.
It doesn't say.
Uh,
Yeah, it doesn't say.
all right. Well, wait, go back to that for a second.
There's like a 15-minute version that I found too.
Nah, I don't need to see the thing. I just want to see. Hold on, scroll to that comment right there. Tesseract. Trying to make us feel empathy for billionaires who have no empathy for us and making it a monologue. This shit is so insulting and devoid of any humor and some really petty. I ain't never gonna change because. Ugh. She looks miserable. Multi-dimensional square. What is that?
These are her paintings.
Oh, she's artistic, but she doesn't look happy. She don't. Look at that. That's her sexy picture. They're gonna say that that's not funny. Is that what she just said? But I bet you she thinks fucking the Asian chick who's always pregnant when she does her specials. I bet she thinks she's funny.
Who's that? You talking about
something
Ali Wong?
Ali Wong, yeah.
Is she always pregnant when she does her specials?
She has 2 specials. She was pregnant in both of them.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Is there?
Nothing wrong with that. That's just the way I know her because I didn't know her name. There's nothing wrong with her doing shows that she's pregnant. She has 2 specials. She was pregnant in both of them. I got no problem with that.
I never watched her.
I'm just saying I don't necessarily find her funny. And I bet you that chick who said that wasn't funny finds her funny. And I guess it all comes down to preference. But to sit there and say that, because he made money now, he's a billionaire. He wasn't born into billions of dollars. He made that money.
Yeah.
He worked hard to make that money. He wasn't born with no silver spoon in his mouth. So what are you saying? That once you work to a certain point to make a certain amount of money, you don't matter no more to the people that you came from or the place that you came from? You can't relate to that no more? You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, sister.
It's like Tupac said, I moved up out of the ghetto, so I ain't real now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just because I got up and got out, I'm not real anymore. I got to stay there to be real. You know what I'm saying? That whole idea of a 1 billionaire no, the points he's making is fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
That was hysterical. Not hysterical, but it was funny.
It was funny. Yeah,
Chappelle funny. He's one of the greats to do it. He doesn't have to be hysterical. What he's saying, he's saying in a great way
that is true.
That he's making sense.
Yep.
Because he's a billionaire now, he shouldn't be able to say nothing. Her opinion matters. She felt that her opinion mattered. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with this whole shit, too. The comment section, although I love it because it really brings out the worst in people.
It brings out the funniest, too.
And it's great. It's great. Look, man, I'm not going to say I don't like to see car crashes. That's why I watch NASCAR. I'm not going to say I don't like to watch people beat the shit out of each other. That's why I watch UFC. I understand, like comment sections are hysterical.
You like debauchery, don't you, G?
I like a little bit of debauchery, man.
Don't we all?
Yeah. But the fact is, it gets a little too crazy, though. It does. It comes to a point where it's just a little too crazy. Everybody starts to think their opinions matter, and they don't. How about instead of focusing on his special and the fact that you don't think it's funny, or his monologue and you don't think it's funny, why don't you focus on getting a smile on that face? You know what I'm saying? Why don't you try to get a smile on your miserable looking face? You look like you haven't smiled in years. I'm saying that in love. It sounds like I'm being mean because I talk straight up, but I'm not. I'm saying that in love, man. Like, put a smile on your fucking face. Become a happy person. Then that shit won't bother you so much, man. People need to get thicker skin, man. Y'all need thicker skin, man. Learn to laugh at yourself. Everybody's real good at laughing at other people. We're all good at that. Learn to laugh at yourself. You know what I'm saying? I tell people I identify as a llama and I get giggles. I get it. It's a little silly, but I am who I am. It's a little silly. I get it, but I am who I am. You know what I'm saying? The world came to me on this one, people. Don't get mad at me. The world came to me on this one. Back in the day, I was assaulting people. Nowadays, I'm just a llama. That's what llamas do, you know? So I understand. Learn to laugh. When you can laugh at yourself, right? Then guess what? You get the joke. When people make fun of you, you get it. You don't take yourself so seriously. And when you can get the joke, you might start laughing with them, you know? And when you can laugh with the people who laugh at you, congratulations. You just graduated. You graduated. Another class closer to not giving a fuck.
That's the ultimate goal. You got to not care, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You know?
It's not that you got to not care. It's that you got to care about the things that matter.
Right. That is true.
What other people think about you don't matter. Look at the dude, Cookbook Suarez.
But you still have to treat people right.
Look at Cookbook Suarez. He treated everybody great. I watched the shit. They said he had not one enemy in Atlantic City, that he was loved, and he got murdered.
He obviously had one enemy.
Well, we don't know if it was an enemy or if it was just some dude that, you know,
cab driver
wanted to kill somebody or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We really don't know. They don't know. But I'm just saying.
Sounds like he got whacked, bro. That's what I'm thinking.
Sounds like he might have got whacked, but I don't know. I mean, in other words, the point I'm trying to make is simply that like we want people, you know, we care about what people think about us. And don't get me wrong, to some extent, you should want to put your best foot forward so that people think good of you and thinking good regards of you. I'm sure that's how we all want to be thought of.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if I'm trying to be the best person I can and you don't like me, why do I care? You know, if you're saying something about me that I know for a fact that's not me, what do I care? I'm not going to be offended by people's thoughts of me. You know what I'm saying? There's very few things that offend me. I'm not going to say I'm beyond getting offended. I have been offended. You know, people say shit to me like, "Oh, gee, you're not an artist." I'll be like, "What you just fucking say?" You know what I'm saying? Like that offends me. You know, there's a lot of things that offend me, but you know, I also don't keep that too heavy on myself anyway either. I mean, what the fuck? Worrying about people. Stop worrying about what people think about you. Worry about what you think about you, and think about the reasons you feel that way. You know, if the reason why you feel like you're nothing is because you look in the mirror and you don't think you're pretty, you know, then you're an idiot, because that's not what life is about. You know what I'm saying? Some of the ugliest people I've ever met in my life were people that are physically attractive. And they're horrible fucking people. And the more they talk, I notice that the less attractive they become.
That's how it goes. To
the point where I could look at them and they was like, "Oh, they're hot." And I'm like, "Nah, they're not." You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you're looking and you think you got, you know, if what's bothering you is this wiggles a little bit down here, you know, and that's what your folk, like, come on, man. There's bigger things in this world going on, man. You know, there's bigger things in this world going on. And what everybody should seek is peace in all situations. You know, you should learn to try to come to some sort of like, people like to argue, but nobody likes to talk about solutions. They just want to argue left and, you know, one side against another, but no one's talking about solutions.
Yeah.
You know, and that's because people know that in order to move forward, there does come a thing of letting go of the past. You want to call it forgiveness, whatever. But in order for people to move together as a society, and I'm not talking about like the way the Democrats are going, "Oh, the way we handled COVID, you know, we need to just forgive those people because they didn't know and move on." No, those people should be prosecuted, put in fucking jail, and motherfucking, you know, have their lives ruined the way they ruined. You're talking about people that wouldn't let families see family members die. All right. Brought family members to the hospital and they died in the hospital and wouldn't let their loved ones go see them, wouldn't let them have funerals, wouldn't let them go to church, wouldn't let them go to work. No, you motherfuckers need to go to jail because it came out that all y'all knew Y'all all knew that the shit you were telling us to do didn't matter. It didn't matter. You know, the cure for fucking COVID and apparently the flu was just taking a bandana, tying it around your head. How stupid are we that we didn't think of that? It's probably why a lot of cowboys back in the day didn't get the flu.
Yeah.
Because they were all wearing the bandanas. Fuck out of here. Those people shouldn't be forgiven. Those people have to be brought to justice. And we still have to keep a thing called justice. But when it comes to like things our ancestors did to each other, how long are we going to cling to that? I'm not saying we should forget it, but how long are we really going to cling to that, man? Because that's never going to change. That's never going to change. We're never going to be able to get rid of the fact that there were slaves in America.
Yeah, man. I mean,
That there was human right violations in America. We're never going to be able to get rid of that.
That we all live on. We all live on stolen land, bro. You know, all this land stolen.
Land is stolen all the time, and all land belongs to the creator of the land, which is God. So who owns land?
Not me or you.
You know what I'm saying? We are stewards, man. We're not owners, we're stewards, man. You know? So at the end of the day, it's like I said, it's just a thing of we need to change our inner selves and the way we think and stop looking for other people. Nobody owes us nothing. This new fucking culture, and I get it. It's because we all kept giving more than what we had to kids. We wanted our kids not to struggle the way we struggled or not to feel. But those are the things that make us who we are. You can't protect them from everything. Mm-hmm. You can't protect them from everything. You can't. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you know this, but eventually they're not your kid anymore. They'll always be your son. They'll always be your daughter. But there comes a point they're not your kid. Are you your mother's kid? Yeah. Or your father's kid? Can they come and tell you if you want to do something, don't do it? And if you go ahead and do it anyway because you're an adult and you're no one's kid anymore, and you come back, can they punish you? You know, there comes a point it's not your kid anymore. It's a human being put out, which means you don't own them. You're stewards. You know, we're taught to guide these fucking children. That's what we're supposed to do, guide them, because they're not going to be children all their lives. So you have to teach them to live in this world. And hopefully, you know, there's a lot of things on, and I agree, making sure they're tough. They have to be tough. They have to be able to defend themselves. But there also has to be a thing of pushing love. You know what I'm saying? You know how you protect the next generation? By teaching them to love. Make them be strong, but also teach them to love. To generally
care.
Try to do well.
Yeah, and care about other people.
Care about other people.
Yep.
I don't mean feel sorry for people. You know, you get people like with that fucking dominant shit trying to make me feel sorry for him because his life, you know, wasn't so pretty. Whose was, motherfucker? I know motherfuckers that was doing crack with their moms, dude, and they didn't go and turn into psycho killers. They got their life together and put it all together and living good lives now. The fact that your life wasn't shit when you were young, all right, well, there's a certain point where it's not your fault. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain point where you can't control what's going on around you.
Right.
You know? But then you get to that point where you can break away from that. If you're in a shitty family or whatever, you can break away from that because now you're old enough. And what happens a lot is people break away from that, but they keep all of that with them.
Right.
They stay resentful. They stay upset. They stay hurt. They stay with the excuse of, well, this is what I've always done, or this is what made, yeah, that's what made you the way you are now. Now only you can change that. There has to be a want of the type of person you want to be. You know, some people just want to be dicks.
Some people are twisted, bro. Very twisted.
I'm a little twisted, dude.
Yeah, same.
I judge not.
Look at my hair. My hair's crazy. Twisted.
Stop showing off with your fucking hair. I just saw Alex, too, with his big head of hair.
How's he doing?
He's good.
Yeah.
He's a fucking rock star, that dude. Fucking. What else did I see? That whatchamacallit shit was pretty good though. That Atlantic City shit. I'm glad I watched that.
Yeah, it
Although I'm a
sounds
little
good.
nervous.
Walking around the city now.
I'm no longer a draw for serial killers.
I don't think you really ever were though, right? I mean, you went
There's
from
a certain age. There's a certain age that you know. It's a certain age, like in the early 20s. Once you pass like a certain age, the chances of getting killed by a serial killer, it's not that it can happen, but the chances go down a lot more the older you get. They like that young blood, you know.
scared blood.
Dude, there's certain things I just don't get. Like I don't get. I can get fear. I get fear.
Mm-hmm.
I live a life of fear. There's a lot of fear in my life. I just don't let it get to me, you know, the fear of tomorrow, the fear of I'm going to pay my bills, the fear of did I make the right choices and making all the sacrifices that I made or a little, you know, there's a lot of fear that comes with life.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the fear of being in a stressful situation where you just totally give it to the other person and let them decide what's going to happen to you. You know what I'm saying? And I'll accept that to a certain point. You know, like I said, and this is not an imitation, but I'm not that hard to rob.
Mm-hmm.
But don't try to hold me hostage or kidnap me. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in other words, don't try to move me from the place where we are, where this is happening right here. I don't trust you. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much, and I'm not a super dude, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like fighting. I don't, man. I just understand there comes a point where it just, you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you sit there and you pull out a gun on me and you're like, run your shit, and I go here, dude, enjoy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then
See
you're
you
like,
later.
all right, dude, get in the car. What? Yeah, get in the car, dog. And I'm not getting in your car, man.
Yeah.
I'll kill you. You're gonna kill me anyway. I'm pretty sure if I get in your car, you're gonna kill me anyway, and it's gonna be more convenient to you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be better for you
And it might
if
be
I
longer.
get in that car.
It might be longer too. The process.
Yes.
Yeah, a
It's
lot
not gonna be
longer.
better for me if I get in that car because now I'm trusting you that you're eventually gonna leave me somewhere. Like, what's your best bet when you get in? What are you hoping? You're hoping that they just torture you, rape your ass for a couple of hours, and then they let you go?
Maybe
Who
the
the
weekend.
fuck wants to live after that?
Maybe you get a weekend away in the mountains.
Maybe a weekend in the mountain, then they let you go, you know, or they just kill you later. I don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting in that car. Come on, we're leaving. We're not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere with you. I don't trust you, dog. You're not my friend. You just robbed me. You're not my friend. In fact, you're pretty much you're an enemy to me. I'm not going nowhere with my enemies.
Yeah.
You know, where you just fight for your life. You just say fuck it. Where is it? Where is this? Where are the warriors at nowadays? Because I see all these fucking things of people like that just get fucking used and abused. And it's like, why are you allowing?
It's weird that those are the shows that do the best too, right? You know, like all these true crime shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, man, they'll never run out of episodes.
Well, and then they'll never like people eat that shit up, dude. Like they love it. Like that.
I
those are
watch
like-
a
those are
lot
like-
less of it now.
It's sick. It's sick stuff to be into. You know,
I'm
when you
I'm
think
into
about
that
it,
shit,
bro.
man.
Really,
I'm into
it is.
real
It's-
crime.
Yeah, it's sick shit to be into. You want to watch about serial killers and learn about people getting
Yeah, I'm
chopped
into
up
all
and,
that
and
shit, man.
dismembered. Yeah, what is wrong with you? You sick bastard.
But you know what's funny is though, I draw the line when it's when I see it's glory. Like there's certain things that just give information,
Mhm.
and they're just telling you what happened. Then there's certain things they do where they're glorifying. Like that's why I never watch Criminal Minds.
Because they're like they talk
It's
about how
like
smart the
when you
person
watch
is, right?
it, they're glorifying the killer.
Right, how smart they are.
They're
Right?
making the killer look like he's some sort of superhero or something cool to be.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
watch Law and Order because, you know, they catch the person, they show the person, you know, either get off or go to jail or whatever. They're just showing the whole thing. They're not glorifying the killer, where I feel like Criminal Minds kind of tries to like make the killer attractive to us. And no, there's nothing attractive about a killer. So I draw the line at that. That's why I really didn't want to watch the Jeffrey Dahmer thing, because I knew they were going to try to humanize him and make us feel sorry for him.
And they did. They tried.
I don't feel sorry for him.
It didn't work. Not with me, bro. Not this guy.
I don't feel sorry for him.
No.
Not at all. I feel sorry for his victims.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, healthy dudes, most of them well fit. I mean, he drugged them. But like that one dude, the last one, man, that's another thing I don't get. When you fighting for your life, this could just be movies, but what happens is you see things in the movies that you never seen in your real life. Mm-hmm. And something's over here bothering me. You see things in the movies that you don't see in real life. And then when it happens to you in real life, you react to it like the movies. Mm-hmm. So people, if you should ever be in a situation where you're fighting for your life in a house, and you manage to get away, get out of the fucking house and keep running. So you're throwing up, just get away from the fucking house. Mm-hmm. Okay, don't run upstairs. Try to hide in a closet or somewhere upstairs. Stupid. Now, I know they got to do that for movies, but I'm saying when things happen in real life, people tend to, get the fuck, jump out the window if it's only 2 stories high. You will live. You might break an ankle, but you can hobble away. Okay.
Fence.
And here's the thing.
You start hopping fences, bro. Just take fence.
Your adrenaline will be pumping so much you won't even know something's broken until you're a mile away. Mm-hmm. And here's the other thing. If you wind up that you confronted and you get the better of that person, continue to fuck them up. There's nothing that gets me more mad than like that dude. He's trying to get out. He grabs him. He turns around. He grabs something. He bashes him in the head 4 times. He lets go of him. He falls back and he's all like, what does this dude do? He turns around to run out, and then he grabs him again. No, keep bashing that dude, yo.
I would go for the eye poke. The eye poke, hit the eyes. You know what I mean? If somebody's in that situation,
if you can get it, get it. Dude, I'll bite your rib.
Yeah. Dude,
I'll bite your rib. No, the minute I got the better of you, I'm not going to stop. Like, don't stop. I hate that. They hit him with a shovel and then they run away. No, keep bashing him with the shovel.
Well, they don't, it
what, they don't want to catch a charge? It's your life or theirs?
No, it's for the ratings. It's for the
No, I'm just saying,
they don't want it to be rated.
Happens.
They want it to be rated G.
But the thing is, it happens. Mm-hmm. Believe me when I say it happens. A person will get the better. No, you keep going, dog, unless you're outside and you can get away. But if it's a person that's actually trying to kill you, sorry, dog, I'd rather be judged by fucking 12 than carried out by 6. You know what I'm saying? Sorry. I'll explain it to the cops after it happens. I'm gonna be like, dog, this motherfucker I wasn't gonna stop. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. And I'm not a UFC professional. I don't know what it takes to make it that this person just won't get at me again, but he's still alive. I don't know that thin line. So I'm sorry if I crossed it, but this person was trying to kill me. And I'm not even a person that is so in love with life that it's that I want to live. It's just that I'm not letting you take me out. Fuck that. You got to earn that shit. And I'm not going to make it easy for you.
How do you want to go out?
How do I want to go out? Quick and easy. Quick and easy. I don't want to go out slow and painful. But no time soon. But if it should happen, man, listen, I have no faith in tomorrow. If it should happen, I try to live that life where I could say, if it happens today, I lived a good life. I did my podcast. I got one more podcast out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, it's going to happen eventually. I don't really want to go now, but if it happened, it happened. I really do just live in the moment.
Yeah. That's what I try to do too, bro.
It's I mean, I don't even, I have plans for tomorrow, but I don't know. No one knows, man. We have too much faith in tomorrow, and I get it. It's been happening all your life.
Yeah, it is pretty.
You know what I'm saying?
When you think about it like that, they're really, you just got.
It's been happening all your life.
We just hope, bro. Every time we shut our eyes, we just take it for granted that we're gonna open them back up again. Every night.
I woke up not breathing, dude. Shot up. The whole time, just wondering, why did I wake up for this? That's not the way I want to go. I don't want to wake up to see that I'm dying. It's especially if you can't breathe. It was horrible. I thought I was gonna die that night, man. Changed the way I think about everything. You know, because I used to think once I got home, I'm good. That's it. I'm good. I made it. I'm home. I'm good. See you tomorrow. But the truth is, you don't. No one fucking knows, man. You know, my pops bought a lottery ticket that night.
What, the night he died?
Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, you never think it's gonna be the
And
next day,
groceries.
right? Really?
And groceries.
Did he buy milk?
I'm pretty sure he did not think he was gonna not make it. I'm pretty sure. You know, no one buys a lottery ticket and goes, I hope whoever finds me, this is a winner for them. You know, people, when you start to look at how fragile life is, you start to look at the things that really matter. You know, the things that really matter, whether or not I got the new Xbox or any of that shit, or whether or not I'm in the clubs on Friday, that shit don't matter, man. None of that shit matters. You know, what matters is trying to have peace in your life and love for yourself and share that love with other people and have those people, you know, the interaction of love is so much better than the interaction of hate and violence. Although there is something satisfying to punching someone in the face that deserves it, you know.
Yeah.
You know, could there ever be a place where like there's not that? I don't know. I think there'll always be morons, man. I don't know.
There will be, always.
You
And
know,
there's just gonna be more of them
you know,
every day. They're being born.
it shows in every like every single movie. That's the one thing that stays consistent. You know, if you look at like movies of like ending of the world, Armageddon kind of movies, the one thing that stays consistent is people will always be assholes. You know,
Yep. They're always trying
nothing
to fuck
showed it
each
more
other
like when I
over.
started watching, you know, whatchamacallit, when I started watching The Walking Dead,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it had my
Yeah,
attention.
that show is terrible, bro. I
It
really
had
did
my
not like
attention
it.
in the beginning, although I did notice the fucking like just the violence. It's like it's violence for the sake of violence,
Right.
you know. But in the beginning, it was like, all right, let's see, you know, it was interesting,
Right.
you know. But then as it started like adapting to the point where they were getting used to the zombies were just, you know, there. Then it just went back to everybody being dicks to each other again. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Then it
Right.
went back to people wanting to own what? To own
Land.
what?
Land.
Half the world is zombies now, and you still can't get along. You still can't find a way to just get along and work together in a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Nah, we want to live. We want you guys dead, and we want what you guys have.
I think to get along truly, you just need to have the smallest group of people possible.
The more people, the more harder it is for sure. You know, and here's the thing: everyone doesn't have to get along. The people who don't get along don't have to get along. What they have to do is have consideration and respect.
Right. And work together if they need to.
If they need
Necessary.
to. And if they don't need to, stay apart from each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big world, man. You know,
Land.
it's a lot of land, man. There's a lot of land. You don't have to be around people you don't like, and you're allowed to not like people.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. That's going to happen. You're not going to get along with everybody, but you don't have to create laws or be violent or do whatever against those people because you don't like them. No, you could just get away from them. And if the people you don't like and you have to work together, if you both have consideration and you both have just general respect, then you can do that and go back to not liking each other afterwards. It really is that simple.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that's the thing. Simpleness. People don't like simplicity. Everything has to be, you know.
Yep.
Everything has to be intricate. It's more to it than that. It's more to it than that. Because you could talk in general, and then people always, you know, they'll bring out one thing. And like, what about this? And you're like, yeah, but that percentage of that is not even what we're talking. We're talking about the big percentage of shit, you know, like of course, every single thing has different
intricacies.
You know, yeah, you know, but at the same time, there's a general thing that we have to, whatever.
I feel what you're saying, bro. I agree with you.
I just finished watching this thing on Flocka.
Oh, the drug?
Yeah.
Or Waka?
No, Flocka.
How was
the
it?
drug. Very interesting.
Yeah.
It kind of came and went.
Flocka, yeah, it did kind of come and go.
Like it came in, they said it's the first drug to ever come in so hot and then just die off. There's like really no use of it in the USA right now. But it was big at one point.
Yeah, so Flocka is actually similar to bath salts as it's in the cathinone class, which is a stimulant that can be derived from ephedrine. Ephedrine, which some people might know from pseudoephedrine, which is fake ephedrine, that is used as a precursor for amphetamines and amphetamine analogs. So it's similar to that in that status.
Yeah. But it came and went.
Mm-hmm.
It was fucking people up, zombieing them out. You know, one dude ate some kid's face. You know, but they were saying how it's crazy how, I mean, the truth is they said all they had to do is just start putting out what it does and people just stopped doing it, which is true. You know, I started seeing that shit on bath salt and shit like that. Right when I saw it, I was like, well, there's a drug I'll never try.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I thought right when I saw it. There's a drug I'll never try.
We don't really need any new ones.
You don't, man. There's enough of the old ones that are good. What are you trying to do?
If anything, we should get back to the more pure. That's really it, you know?
Yeah, man.
We don't need new ones. We just need cleaner ones.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with a little pure H, you know?
Well, I wouldn't know about that, dog. Nor does Rated G promote that. Although Brian himself, he might not care about that, but I do. I don't promote that.
I do care. I don't promote it.
You know,
I demote it.
Yeah, you know, I mean, there's a lot of things that I would promote. Hallucinogens, shit like that. You know, I feel like there should be a Molly day. Well,
Right,
actually,
dude?
MDMA day.
Right, yeah.
There should be a national MDMA day. If I ever became president, which not for nothing, I feel like if I decide to run one day, I probably could be president. Never more that I feel that way. Dude, Fetterman, they're talking about Fetterman running for president. All right.
Really?
Yes. And the one good thing that I think of when I think of that is that anyone really can be president. Now more than ever. Doesn't matter who you are. You could be Asian. You could be whatever. It doesn't even matter. You can be president if you really want to be. You really could.
You just need enough money.
Or just the right connects or whatever. I mean, at some point, you got to make the right connects.
Yeah.
You got to bow down.
Yeah, you got to bow down.
Got to suck those 7 dicks.
It's like 15 for president, at least. Just on the way up.
For presidency, it's probably at least 20 dicks.
Yeah. You think so? Maybe, yeah.
Probably get at least 20 dicks in there.
Yeah.
If you really want to be president. But yeah, I mean, what were we just saying just now?
You got to suck 10 just to ask.
Just to ask, yeah. Just even be considered, you got to suck 10. Forget about if you really want to get accepted in the party. There's a reason why they call it a party, people. What was I just saying, though, man? There was a point I was trying to make, man. Fuck, I'm getting a lot of shit today. What were we just talking about, man?
I don't know, dude.
Rewind it. Holy shit, I forgot what we were just talking about.
We were all over this episode, bro. We talked about a lot of shit.
We were talking about I run for president, Fetterman,
sucking dicks. Anybody
can that's where you went off on, man. The fuck was I saying right before I mentioned this Fetterman dude? And I feel like I could be president. Fuck. I'm not gonna remember, man. I'm fucking burnt. We were talking about drugs.
Flocka came and went.
Flocka came and went. That's one drug I'm not gonna do. Where the hell did we go, man?
You must have went to Apollo Buds in Astoria, Queens, too many times because you can't remember what you're talking about.
That is probably what I did. I went to Apollo Buds on Crescent Street and Astoria Boulevard in Astoria, Queens, New York, man. Go grab some boom if that's what you need to consume and tell them Rated G sent you, man. Ask for Lou. My man, Big Lou.
You got the shows over there this week? The Kind of Comedy Show?
Nah, that's been put on hold for my production, although they're gonna start trying to do some Friday shows over there.
Cool.
That's been put on hold till he can get better promotions because no one's promoting it. And in Astoria, you gotta promote.
Right.
I want to big up Grizzly Pear, man. My peoples, my Grizzly Pear family just opened up the Midtown Grizzly Pear Comedy Club Midtown. This place is fucking awesome, man. It's just a beautiful spot, well put together. The Grizzly Pear Midtown. I'm so proud of my people, but I'm not surprised. I'm really not. I knew this shit was gonna come along. It's a great location. Parking is easy. It's right on 54th, right off Broadway.
Parking's easy.
Yeah, man. I found parking right around the corner. But boom. I mean, you know, I have to pay for parking.
Right.
But I found a meter, $10.
Huh. Nice.
You know. Yeah, it was easy. Parking was easy around there. The place is just dope. The owners are fabulous, man. I walked in right away. They were like, get this man a drink. And then they were like, I want to show him around. They gave me the whole Goodfellas treatment. Walked through the whole spot, through the kitchen, everything. The place is dope, man. It's fucking dope.
Good for those guys. That's
So big up to them. Big up to Gary,
somebody else,
Pete,
right?
the owners. Gary and Pete, the owners. And then big up to Kenny Warren and Gabe Dorado, who booked the clubs there and run, you know, the majority of it. Big up to them. They're holding it down there. It's still popping off in their first location down on McDougal. Because I went from there to there, and that spot was sold out as well. So big up to them, man. I wish you nothing but success. I love you guys. And you know, I just wish y'all nothing but success. And Pete put me up. I got to perform for the grand opening. It was the first time I ever performed there. And it's dope. Good looking, Pete. And Gary and the whole crew over there, man. I love you guys, man. Speaking of love, man, if your love life has been in a slump, you know, you've been feeling like things are just, you know, kind of stale, worry not, fear not. Go out, grab yourself a board game of XXX Playground at xxxplayground.com. It's the best adult communication tool ever made, man. I mean, look how much they're looking into it. Look at the smile on her face. Look how happy they are. You know, they weren't happy 2 weeks before that game came, but now look at them, happy like a mother, smiling. Why? Because they took a roll of the dice and everything was nice. Check out xxxplayground.com at xxxplayground.com.
After you're done playing the game, hop over to enditwasgood.net/shop to get coffee mugs for your morning after attempt. And my camera just died.
And the camera just died.
That's our show, people.
That's Thanks for watching. Peace.